Hi everyone. I finished a while ago putting that big study together for you. That was about an hour. And the reason I felt compelled that I had to do that is because there's events that are now coming forward in the news that you need to have understood who the players are. And I just felt that I needed to bring them all to you so that you understand how now the Lord is beginning to use numbers to represent areas and events, and it was appropriate that we go back over it so that from now on we can start going forward. So I never expected these things would be turning into studies, so I hope either you're going to be into the channel and you'll know these things so I don't have always to start over. I hope you watched that 1 hour. I know it's going to be long, or it was long, but you really needed to understand what is now coming in the news, okay? So I'm going to show you what I see, and I'm not proclaiming it to be God's gospel truth, okay? Because the Lord is really now starting to make it complicated to see these things, okay? So you're always welcome to give me insight if you see them, okay? Because this is teamwork. So I'll just shut off the camera so that I can turn it over, okay? Okay. Let's see if we can look at these New Hours article, because now I know that you have looked at that other video and you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Okay, on March the 1st, there was a headline, news headline that read, China train station terror attack, 28 people were killed, 100 people were injured, okay? 28. It's a number we've looked at, guys, okay? It means median. It's referring to ground zero. In the Greek, 28 is telling us that this is Mount Sinai. Ground zero is Mount Sinai. One is H28, the other one is G28. Okay, this is how the Lord hit it. Median was referencing mall, was referencing ground zero. Okay, now we're getting a new number. Okay, 100. 100 means in the Hebrew agman. It means a rush, a bull rush. Okay, it's referencing Job 41:2. I'll see if I can bring that up for you. Job 41:2. Can you draw out Leviathan with a fish hook, or press down his tongue with a cord? Can you put a rope in his nose, or pierce his jaw with the hook? Here's the jaw and here's the hook. It's Ezekiel 38. This is Russia. H100 is a reference to Russia. Rush, one of the definitions, is also rush hour. And although I don't see that here, it's going to go in the message and you will understand why later as I show it to you, okay? So what am I seeing in this, okay? Right here, ground zero, okay? We're going to see a train station terror attack, right as that is, okay? Where? Ground zero, or New York, okay? Where the mount is, where Mount Sinai is, okay? A ground zero by Russia, and I would think it's the rush hour. The Lord does that a lot. He uses words 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 different connections and meanings, okay? And they're all valid. It's not which one is it, it's all of them, all the time. It's amazing how he works stuff out, okay? Why does rush hour make sense? Because if we're going to see a train station, a terror attack, a terrorist attack on a train station, it would make sense it's the rush hour. So this is what we can expect at New York at ground zero, okay? This one was pretty straightforward in determining. That was the first, okay? Second one, on March 2nd, in the headlines, 104 car pileup in the Denver, Colorado area, okay? 104, guys, is our World Trade Center. Okay, we have seen that. Okay, this is the Temple Mount. It's the Temple Mount. Okay, if you have not seen the videos, go back. Okay, because we need to move on in this channel. Okay, so 104 car pileup. Well, here we see the One World Trade Center. So again, New York, ground zero, the same thing as we just saw here. Okay? Well, what's 104? Here we go. Okay? It's a pileup. Well, they're all in the line first before they can be a pileup. Okay? Car. We're getting the word boxcar in there. So again, it's a reference to a train. 100 in car, 4 car. A pileup, well, it's an accident, it's a collision. I would think again a traffic time, is if you're on a highway where you can have a car pileup of 104 cars, there's a lot of traffic. Okay, there's a lot of traffic. I'm thinking traffic time. Okay, so again, New York City, because we're seeing it here with the 104. We're seeing a train, okay, the boxcars, we're seeing the train. Accident, collision, traffic hours. Okay, in Denver, Colorado, the only connection I can make this to 104 New York is that this is a capital. Okay, so 2 possibilities. This is confirming this, or it's a separate incident. Okay, so we have this and this, they're the same. Same warning from the Lord in a different way. But now I'm also thinking it's going to happen in Denver. It's going to happen here. And it's going to happen here. 2 areas. Unless this is just a clue the Lord wants to give you, an accident in a capital, which is this capital here, New York City. Keep in mind we could be looking at 2 different incidences. And the reason I'm going to say that to you is because I'm going to show you a third now. And I'm not from the US, so I don't really know your subway station and how it works. So maybe you're going to be able to give me more information on that, or see things in a different way than what I'm showing you here, okay? My knowledge on this is a little bit limited, okay? But now, having said that, I will show you a third incident. March 3rd, a 65-foot crack in the dam near Hanford, Washington. Okay? 65. Age 65. I will. I'll just look at my notes here. Okay? Age 65 was referencing Genesis 44:4. Okay? Why have you repaid evil for good? So if I go here and I go here, okay. They had just gone out of the city and were not far off when Joseph said to his house steward, "Up, follow the men, and when you overtake them, say to them, why have you repaid evil for good?" Okay? Age 65 is about amends and making retribution. This is what all this is about. Everything we're looking at. Because it's all about the World Trade Center. Why have you repaid evil for good? Okay? It's also referencing this one here. Exodus 21:36. He shall surely repay ox for ox. Because it's about amends, it's about retribution. And here we're seeing the calf. Okay? We're seeing the golden calf. The ox for ox. It's about 65 is about making amends. Retribution for what? The ox. For the golden calf. You see that? It's about making amends. Retribution. That's what Genesis 44. About what? About the calf. Okay? This again is about New York City. So that was 65 in the Hebrew. 65 in the Greek is referencing olive trees. Foot. A crack. God's foot. Coming down on the Mount 65 of Olives. Is this the mount? A dam is a wall. A wall is a mount. It's a huge wall meant to hold back water. Okay? Dam means mother. We saw that mother was a direct reference to spiritual Jerusalem. Okay? This is the study we've already done. Okay, this is about Galatians 4. Okay, the Lord is just continuing in our study. Verse 26. Jerusalem above is free. She is our mother. Your father is God. Your mother is spiritual Jerusalem. Jerusalem above in the heavenlies is free. She is our mother. So in the heavenlies means spiritual. Okay, spiritual mother. Dam means a mother. It's spiritual Jerusalem. Again, it's talking about New York. The golden calf, spiritual Jerusalem, at the Temple Mount. This is the mount, okay? It's also ground zero. What is ground? It's a safety to prevent a transfer of voltage. A safety, a barrage, a barricade. It's a safety to prevent the transfer of a voltage. We've seen this one, guys, too. The Lord showed us this one, remember? We had the two prongs, there was the two towers, and now we have the ground, which is the safety. The safety to prevent the transfer of voltage is right here. It's the barrage, it's a barricade. Maybe prevent another attack from happening, okay? So all this is the barrage, the barricade, it's the dam, okay? This is Zechariah 14 through and through. In that day, Zechariah 14:4. In that day his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives. Here's our G65, which is in front of Jerusalem on the east. And the Mount of Olives will be split. There's a crack. It will be split in its middle from east to west by the very large valley, so that half of the mountain will be moved towards the north and the other half towards the south. Guys, if you have been watching my channel, you know, because the Lord has been telling me for weeks, and I have put it out there, that He's going to be creating a huge earthquake. He also said on the 45th degree parallel, which is the border between Canada and the US. As time went by, he said that it was the day of the Lord that was coming, and he was going to put his foot down on the Mount of Olives. Well, with everything the Lord had been showing me for weeks, I knew that that was a strong reference to New York. And now in the last video that I made, and again, he is showing us how where the golden calf is spiritual Jerusalem. The U.S. is spiritual Jerusalem, or at least New York is. It was also showing how it was Israel in my last study, and now he's showing us that he's about to create a huge earthquake in that area. He's about to put his foot down on the Mount of Olives, guys. This is the 6th seal event. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you something. Dam means to jam, to block up. And I don't make up these definitions, but it's sure bringing me to a rush hour jam or block up again. A car pile up, here's our block up, and a jam is our rush hour. So the jam was one event, it was this one, it was the rush hour. The block up is this event. Okay, it was the traffic hour. Block up, it was the pile up. Okay, the pile up. And here they are again. To dam means the exact same thing of both of these. To jam, to block up. Okay, so this word is being used in this message, and it's being used in this message. A block up, I'm seeing rush hour again, an event at lunch hour. Where? Hanford, Washington. Hanford. Okay, I went to see what the meaning of Hanford meant. But the first thing that came up, Hanford Amtrak Station, guys. Hanford, Washington. Hanford is a train station again. It wasn't anywhere in this message. There was no train station anywhere in this message. Until I looked it up, and there it was. This is a train station again. This train station is in Hanford, California. This could be our third event. Amtrak is a U.S. government-run railway corporation that provides an intercity passageway train service. Now, this is why a while ago I was saying to you, if you guys want to look up, because I don't really understand how your subway works, but I don't know if there's actually, if it's all government-led, or if this is a different one, which is just intercity, and where it all goes, I don't know. But we should be seeing New York, possibly Denver. Now we're seeing California. Obviously, it's in California. The Hanford Amtrak station is in California. It's obviously here. And this headquarters, the headquarters is Union Station in Washington. Right up there in the message. Near Hanford. Not a coincidence. This could be a fourth location. Okay? This could be a fourth location, guys. I don't know if this is going to be a terror attack on the train stations, because I'm seeing 4 different locations. A while ago, I'm going to show you something that blew my mind away. H100 in the Hebrew was referencing Job 41:2, Ezekiel 38, Russia. Russia is the instigator. Okay? Guys, I know if you have watched what's happening in Ukraine, makes all of this stuff with Russia a little bit hard to digest. It's going to be a big test of your faith to understand that Russia is the weapon of the Lord's indignation. He is using Russia to pour out his judgment. Hardcore. It's hardcore. And he's using Russia to be pouring out his judgment. And in the end, when you read Ezekiel 38, he draws them all to Armageddon and he destroys them. But in the meantime, it's the Lord pouring out his judgment through Russia. So regardless of what it means or what it seems like out there, I don't think by any means you should be pro-Russia. I don't think you should be against Russia if you know if it's the Lord using Russia to do his will. It's his will that should be done. So I don't know how, without getting your faith tested, that you try to stay as neutral as you can. Neutral ground. Neutral ground. Try to stay on neutral ground, guys, as best as you can, is all I can say. But anyways, all these attacks would be coming, terror attacks, from Russia. Is the Lord, can he confirm that? Absolutely. Hanford, when I looked at Hanford, it brought me to, I want to know what Ford, okay? Because we all know what Ford means, found on road dead. Fix or replace daily, okay? But I wanted to show you something else, okay? Ford, when I went to look it up, it actually means found on Russian dump. Okay? Found on Russian dump. It was like the 7th in the list, and that's prophetic in itself, so I thought it was worth looking at, okay? So, I want to show you. Sorry, guys. Okay. So from the top, fix or repair daily, found on road dead. Forward Industries, the 3rd. First on recall, the 4th. Flip over redirections, 5th. Fast only rolling downhill, 6th. Found on Russian dump, number 7 from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Found on Russian dump. Okay, I had to go look what the number 7 meant. Okay, we have had this word before, guys, but again, means to perish. Okay, I'm going to see if I can bring it up. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Means a bad, means to perish. Jeremiah 10:11, if we look up that scripture. Thus you shall say to them, the gods that did not make the heavens and the earth will perish from the earth and from under the heavens. Okay, guys? Now, the gods that did not make the heaven and the earth. Well, what did they build? These other gods that did not make heaven and the earth. It's all about this. 65 was about the calf, it was about this. 104 is about the temple itself. 28 is about ground zero, Mount Sinai. Okay? It's all about this. Everything that is happening is happening because of this event, okay, which is, as proven on this channel, the abomination of desolation. The gods that built it, this is what 7 is now saying, okay. Oh, sorry guys, I was on the right side. This is what 7 was now saying, okay. It's referencing Jeremiah 10, verse 11. The gods that did not make the heavens and the earth will perish from the earth and from under the heavens. The Lord has had enough. The people that build this are about to perish. Okay? That was Hebrews 7. Greek 7, Abijah, means a king. So a king, the Lord, through Russia, found on Russian dump to perish. All of this, it could be California, it could be Washington, because these were all about train station or train terrorist attacks on train stations, New York, Denver. Okay, all these events is all about the same thing by the Russians. Okay, now if you recall the message, this message here, okay, we have looked at it. It was Mount Sinai, it was the World Trade Center, and we looked at the carbon monoxide. Okay, and this was the creating an attack, a chemical, biological, or chemical attack. Okay, then when we looked at gold, afterwards we had atomic number 79. I thought maybe an atomic bomb, but then it would be too large for this event, because this was concentrating on both sides of Conduit Highway, okay, which was Median Highway or Boulevard. I'm thinking there could be several attacks, okay. That's how I actually finished my video a while ago. Well, now I want to show you something. This event here on New York, the biological or chemical attack, this Ford here that now I'm coming up with, this event at Hanford, Washington, Ford, found on Russian dump. It was number 7. It's prophetic. Okay, it's not a mistake. This Russia is confirming this Russia. H100. 100 people were injured. This is all on train stations, and it's all by Russia. Okay? What is this? Found on Russian dump. Well, I went to Google that. Okay? I don't know if you want to do that. I actually found dump sites with human fetuses, babies, mountains, babies. Yeah, Russian dumps. It was pretty gross. Okay? And I want to show you what I found. Okay? This is my daughter. My baby. Okay. Oh, sorry. This is not where I want to go. Photos. Right here. Found on Russian dump. When I Google junk, Russian junk, or dump, this is what I'm coming up with. What is this polonium stuff? Polonium 210. And I'm thinking about the biological or chemical attack on New York, because it is coming from Russia. This stuff is in Russia. Okay? This is radiation. I'm just going to read this for you. The maximum safe body burden of polonium is only 7 picograms. See if I can approach it for you. Polonium occurs naturally in the environment due to a radioactive decay of radon, and we all have traces of polonium in us. Polonium-210 is regarded as one of the most dangerous substances known because it ejects alpha particles, which are helium nuclei, and these wreak havoc with every organ of the body in which the polonium resides. Inside the living cell, they can trigger cancer if they damage DNA. In theory, a mere microgram of polonium-210, which is no larger than a speck of dust, would deliver a fatal dose of radium. Polonium is only slowly excreted. It has a political half-life of around a month, and this ensures its alpha particles continue to wreak havoc. A half-life. Oh my gosh. The message the Lord gave me, a half potluck of gold. A half potluck of gold. A half life. A half anything. Isn't that? It jumps out at you. But anyways, just one last comment on this. Polonium-201 is reported to have caused the fatal poisoning of former Russian spy Alexander Litvinenko. Litvinenko died in the evening of Thursday, 23rd November 2006. So it's a history of a poison. Okay, it's a poisoning that infiltrates into your lungs. It is so tiny, smaller than a speck of dust. It delivers a fatal dose of radiation. It has a half-life of about a month. So this really brings me back to the biological and chemical weapon, because Ford right here is bringing us to this. Okay? This is what it brought us to. I'm thinking this is the attack. This is the attack that's going to be on the at the World Trade Center and around that area. So that pretty well wraps it up, what I wanted to show you. I'm not saying this is a done thing. They're very complicated. They're very interlinked. I'm thinking they could be all different events. They could just be one. If you have any further information you want to add, feel free. You're welcome to go ahead and comment. It would surely be appreciated if you have more information. Thanks, guys. I'll just switch the camera over. Okay, guys. That was a lot of information. So, be blessed. Oh, sorry, that was the dog. Thanks for watching. I hereby proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord from now until September 23rd, 2015. Repent, be baptized, receive the gift of the Holy Spirit. You can read about it in Acts 2:38. Thanks, guys, for watching. Bye.